Hello dear students, in this video we are going to continue with the regional circulation, and today in this video we are going to discuss about the splanchnic circulation. So what is splanchnic circulation? It is a circulation wherein the abdominal organs like the pancreas, intestine as well as the liver and spleen are getting supplied. So this circulation is called as the splanchnic circulation. So what is the special features of this circulation? Let's try to understand what are the special features which differentiate itself from the other types of circulation. So previously we have discussed about cerebral, coronary and cutaneous. Today we are going to discuss about special features of splanchnic circulation. First and foremost thing, it has a large amount of blood supply. So the blood supply is really huge in comparison to most of the organs. So even at rest itself, it is getting a blood supply of around 20 to 25% of the cardiac output. So such a huge blood supply it is requiring. So what is the importance? Because most of all the processes like digestion, absorption and metabolism all happens with the help of this splanchnic circulation. For example, the GIT to absorb the food as well as the nutrients, and the liver is also constantly doing the metabolic process. So they have to have a good amount of blood supply, and that is the reason why the excessive cardiac output is supplying even at the rest itself. The next thing is whenever there is a postprandial hyperemia is happening. So after the food intake, there is huge amount of blood supply which is getting diverted to the GIT. And how they are getting diverted? The blood flow can increase up to 8 folds after a meal. And how that increase is happening is because of the local metabolites which are producing it. So these local metabolites like CO2 and H+, all of them, they are getting accumulated after the food intake. So they will increase and cause the vasodilation. So that is happening. Another thing is some of the hormones like gastrin, secretin, they are also increasing the blood flow. So it is because of the local metabolites as well as the hormones of the GIT like gastrin, secretin, they are also increasing the blood flow. And because of this reason, immediately after meals, there is a huge amount of blood supply to the GIT. And the reason is obvious, like we have to get the blood supply so that nutrients from the food can be reabsorbed. And it has huge arteriovenous anastomosis. So as and when there is a requirement to the other areas, what is going to happen? Whatever blood is going to the arterial side, they are going to be easily shunted to the venous side. Like we saw it in the skin also, there was huge arteriovenous anastomosis. Here also we have a huge arteriovenous anastomosis. And they have something called as countercurrent exchange mechanism. Whenever the blood flow is low, what is going to happen is because of the anastomosis that is already present, the solutes, they are going to be transferred from one arm of the circulation to the other arm easily. So this is happening in places like the renal system also and as well as the GIT. This is again because of the anastomosis that is already present in the GIT. The countercurrent exchanger mechanism is happening. But one disadvantage of this anastomosis is what happens to the tip of the villi. So GIT has a lot of villi. All of you know, suppose this is GIT and there are villous projections present here. And whenever the blood supply is diverted, for example, it is coming, the natural blood supply, let's assume it is from the bottom, it is supplying till the top. But right now, due to the anastomosis and the blood requirement in other areas are huge, what is going to happen? The tip is going for vasoconstriction so that the blood can be easily diverted in this part itself. So instead of going to the top and coming down, what is happening is it is taking a shortcut. Let's assume this is pathway A and this is pathway B. So instead of going through the entire pathway A, now there is a shortcut B. But what is the disadvantage is this helps to divert the blood to other organs. But what is the disadvantage is the tip of the villi can go for ischemia. This is a slight disadvantage whenever the blood is being diverted to other organs. And next, coming to the point which I was saying, there is huge redistribution of blood flow. In the exercise physiology itself, I have told you about one thing. What happens is there are a group of muscles which are called as exercising muscles and non-exercising group. So whenever you are doing exercise, your skeletal muscles are highly active. Now they will be obviously needing the blood supply. So what is going to happen is the blood from the splanchnic circulation will be redistributed or rediverted to the exercising group. This already I have discussed in the cardiovascular changes with respect to exercise. There the exercising group will get the blood supply from this non-exercising group. How this is happening is because the splanchnic circulation can regulate the total peripheral resistance, and it is going to increase the total peripheral resistance, and because of the increase in total peripheral resistance there is a redistribution of blood flow. So that is what is going to happen, and it diverts blood to the exercising area. This is actually a huge backup mechanism because at rest the GIT is getting a lot of blood supply, but when a requirement is happening to a friend like an exercising muscle, it is going to compress itself and divert the blood flow to the exercising muscle. And next thing is it acts as a huge blood reservoir. At the baseline itself, the venules in the splenic as well as the liver, they can store up to 20% of the blood volume. So because of this huge reservoir mechanism at baseline, it helps whenever there is an increased demand in the other places. So these are some of the special features of splanchnic circulation. Again, I would stress on coronary and as well as the cerebrovascular blood flow, both are important, whereas splanchnic and the supply to the skin are of less importance. But again, these are the special features. Let's go back through a quick revision. So it has a large blood flow. There is a postprandial hyperemia which is happening, and huge arteriovenous anastomosis and countercurrent exchange mechanism is happening, and redistribution of the blood flow along with blood reservoir function. So these are the special features of the splanchnic circulation. I hope it's clear. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you so much.